Hello, everybody. So today we're going to fill this basket and talk about the Word of God all at the same time. So as you can see, this is a voiceover, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the Word of God. So the question today is, what is your basket filled with? And we're coming out of Jeremiah 24. So let's read Jeremiah 24. The Lord showed me 2 baskets of figs placed in front of the temple of the Lord. One basket had very good figs, like those that ripen early, and the other basket had very bad figs, so bad that they could not be eaten. Then the Lord asked me, "What do you see, Jeremiah?" "Figs," I answered. "The good ones are very good, but the bad ones are so bad they cannot be." The question is, what is your basket filled with? Is it the good fruit that Jeremiah spoke of, or is it the bad fruit, the fruit that was so bad, the figs that were so bad that they couldn't be eaten? And when I think of that they couldn't be eaten, I feel like the basket represents the heart in the message that the Lord was trying to show me this morning. The basket represents the heart. Now, is your heart producing good figs or fruit that can be ingested and enjoyed well, or is it producing the bad figs or fruits that can't be ingested, it can't be eaten because it's so rotten and bitter and probably filled with worms? You understand? So this could also represent the advice that you give. Because, if your heart is not healed, then the fruit that comes from an unhealed heart is rotten. It is so bad that it can't be ingested. That you should not. Naomi is coming to mind when I think about the figs, that was so rotten that they couldn't be ingested. Because remember, she said, "Call me, don't even call me Naomi anymore. Call me Mara, because the Lord has dealt with me bitterly." So, and if we look around today, how everybody is losing loved ones and, things are just happening all around the world, we can kind of understand where Naomi is coming from, But at the same time, we have to remember who God is and what the Word of God says about, our situations. And I promise you, every situation that you are dealing with can be found in the Word of God. And listen, I didn't mean to go this way. I have nothing written in my notes about Naomi. But anyway, I'm going to continue. So what is your basket filled with? Is it good fruit or is it bad fruit? All right. We can look at this in a different way. Is your basket filled with obedience or is it filled with rebellion? Whew, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's good. Is it filled with obedience or is it filled with rebellion? Which is bad fruit? Good fruit is obedience, and there are promises that comes along with our obedience and good fruit. Or is it filled with rebellion, which is the bad fruit? And there are also, curses attached to that bad fruit. Now just imagine a vineyard filled with grapes, or we like muscadines and we call them bullets and things like that around here. Imagine going out into a field and every bit of fruit that you pick is rotten. Worms have eaten away at them. They fall into the ground and they're filled with dirt. Imagine filling your basket with those type of fruits and bringing them back into your family. How would you prepare an apple pie? How would you prepare strawberry preserves with rotten fruit? There's no way possible. Well, you could, but would you want to serve that to them? Because wouldn't it just cause them to be sick? Wouldn't that affect your whole household? It would be poison. So we want to make sure we do an inventory, my God, because that's what we would do if we were walking through an orange field, a field of trees of oranges. We would look at them and we would, what's the word? I'm at a loss of words. We would do inventory of the oranges before we, drop them in our basket, because we know that if I want to make some freshly squeezed good orange juice, because our family needs that vitamin C, we want to make sure that those oranges are healthy. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We want to make sure that those oranges are good. We And they are going to produce what we need them to produce, which is to take care of our family. So the same with obedience and disobedience, and the things that, the advice that we give, the love that we show, the care that we show, that's coming from our hearts. Because the word says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So whatever is down in there, in that heart, is going to come out of your mouth. It's going to come out in your actions. It's going to come out in the way you handle business, the way you handle your household, even the way you handle your husband or raising your children, and even the way you take care of or manage yourself. Okay, so I want you to read over Deuteronomy 28, and it speaks of all the many blessings that God promises us through our obedience. And then I want you to go and continue reading and look what the disobedience or the rebellion, what type of fruit the rebellion produces. Now we talk about, the generational curses and all this stuff, and it's real. It's definitely real. But, at some point, somebody has to stand up. Also, the word says, I look for one, that will stand in the gap, but there was none. So you have to make the decision that you are going to be that one to stand in the gap and to change the things in your bloodline around. Because I just feel like we give the curses too much hype. Like we hype that up too much. Oh, it's a curse, it's a curse. But at the same time, guess what? You have to make up your mind. You have to change your mind about how you want to handle things, about how you want to see things in your family to play out. We can't keep just going along with, well, we've always did it like this, but what has always doing it like that produced? What type of fruit has that produced in your bloodline? Don't you want a ripe, sweet, red apple to bite into? I know I do. So just like you're going to see in this basket, it's filled with these beautifully colored and shaped pumpkins. Now, I know that these decorations are not real, but they are a picture of something beautiful, of something ripe, of something that has been picked in its right time. The soil that these were planted in was tended to, and it produced exactly what the farmer intended. Now, like I say, I know that this is these are faux pumpkins, but this right here is a picture of. Okay, you just have to use your imagination. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that our basket is filled with good fruit. We want to check our fruit. The only way you're going to know if your basket is filled with good fruit is if you check your fruit first. You got to do inventory of your fruit. You got to pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth. You got to pay attention to what you are allowing into your heart. So that means you need to guard your gates, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, all of that. You want to make sure that you pay attention to what's entering into your spirit. What are you laying your eyes on? What are you giving your attention to? What are you tuning into with your ears? We got to start guarding our gates so that we can begin to produce good fruit, so our baskets can be filled with good fruit, so they can be bountiful. So whatever we bring into our household, whatever we bring into our family, whatever information we're sharing with our friends or on social media, it's good fruit. I don't want rotten fruit. And you shouldn't want to serve your friends, your family with rotten fruit. Okay? So let's just continue to watch as I fill this basket with good fruit, because it's going to be beautiful in the end. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.